Wade Wilson, known as Deadpool, lived a quiet life on Earth 1005 after he left his days as a fierce mercenary behind. He had given up his life of violence and wild adventures to work as a used car salesman. After his painful breakup with his girlfriend Vanessa, his days became ordinary and uneventful. However, on the day of his birthday party, everything changed. At the party, his close friends were gathered, including his friend Peter and others like Blind Al, Dopinder, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Yukio, and Colossus. Suddenly, agents from the Time Variance Authority arrived. They took him away without warning, and he was soon face to face with a man named Paradox. Paradox explained that the TVA was an organization that watched over all the different timelines in the multiverse. He told Wade that his universe was in great danger because it was falling apart. The reason, he said, was that the anchor being of the universe was gone. Paradox told Wade that the anchor being was a hero named Wolverine, a mutant whose presence held the universe together. Without Wolverine, the fabric of his reality was crumbling, and all his loved ones were at risk. Instead of accepting Paradox's offer to join a new universe, Wade was determined to save his own. He decided to take matters into his own hands. First, he stole a device from the TVA that allowed him to travel between different universes. His plan was to go to his home universe's cemetery and try to revive Wolverine from his grave. When he reached the grave, he found only cold bones and no sign of life. Realizing that resurrection in that manner was impossible, Wade did not give up hope. Instead, he set off on a quest to search the multiverse for any version of Wolverine who might still be alive and could act as the anchor for his crumbling world. Wade traveled through many different universes using the stolen device. In each universe, he searched for any sign of a living Wolverine. He met several different versions of the mutant. In one universe, Wolverine was very short and fought like he was from a comic book. In another, he wore a yellow and brown suit. Wade even encountered a version of Wolverine played by an actor with a very strong resemblance to the classic comic character. Unfortunately, none of these versions could serve as the true anchor. They were either too weak, too damaged, or simply not the right kind of hero. Finally, after many long and dangerous adventures, Wade found a Wolverine who was very different from what he had expected. This Wolverine was depressed and a heavy drinker. He had lost his way and was filled with regret for not protecting his friends and the people he cared about. Despite his broken spirit, Wade believed that this version might be able to help save his universe. After finding the depressed Wolverine, Wade took him back to the TVA. When they arrived, Paradox was not pleased with the choice. He told Wade that an anchor being could not be replaced by just any version of the hero. This Wolverine was considered the worst version in the multiverse. His failures had led to the downfall of his own world, and Paradox warned that his presence would not fix the damage done. Instead, Paradox decided to punish both Deadpool and Wolverine. He used a device to send them to a place known as the Void. The Void was a dark, empty space where unwanted beings and failed timelines were sent. There, Deadpool and Wolverine found themselves cut off from the rest of the multiverse, forced to face new dangers and challenges together. In the Void, both heroes struggled to survive in a harsh and unforgiving place. They had to fight not only for their own lives, but also to find a way out of the emptiness. Along the way, they encountered other characters who had been exiled from their timelines. Among them was a variant of Deadpool known as Nicepool, who was kind and helpful. Nicepool explained that the Void was a place for those who were seen as failures by the TVA. He told them that many heroes and villains ended up there, lost and forgotten. Despite their differences, Deadpool and Wolverine realized that they had to work together if they were to escape the Void. Their fight scenes were brutal and full of dark humor, as both characters used their unique skills to survive. Their constant bickering, mixed with moments of reluctant friendship, made their struggle both violent and touching. As they continued to roam the Void, Deadpool and Wolverine were eventually captured by a group led by a powerful villain named Cassandra Nova. Cassandra was the evil twin sister of Charles Xavier and a dangerous foe. She ruled over a part of the Void with an iron fist, using her mind powers to control those who were weak. Cassandra's forces included many mutant villains and cameos from characters from previous Marvel movies. During a fierce battle, the group captured the heroes and forced them into a struggle for survival. In this captivity, Deadpool and Wolverine experienced both pain and a growing bond. Their rivalry softened as they realized that they had a common enemy. Even as Cassandra used her power to probe their minds and reveal painful memories, the two heroes found strength in each other. They planned to break free and join a resistance that was forming in the void, hoping to fight back against Cassandra's rule. Once free from Cassandra's immediate control, Deadpool and Wolverine joined a band of rebels who were fighting to overthrow the rule of the villain in the void. This group was led by a young mutant named Laura, who was also known as X-23. Laura had lost her family and was determined to seek justice for those who had fallen. The rebels also included old heroes such as Elektra and Blade, as well as the charming Gambit. Together, they formed a resistance that aimed to stop Cassandra Nova and restore order to the multiverse. Deadpool and Wolverine, though very different in personality, began to see that they could learn from one another. Their teamwork grew as they trained and planned attacks on Cassandra's forces. The resistance gave them hope, and slowly, the two began to put aside their past differences in favor of a shared goal. As the rebellion gained strength, Cassandra Nova became more desperate to hold on to her power. She activated a device known as the Time Ripper. The Time Ripper was a dangerous machine that could accelerate the decay of a universe, making it vanish in a short time. Paradox, who was acting without the knowledge of his superiors, had secretly allowed the use of the Time Ripper in Deadpool's universe. Cassandra planned to use it to destroy Wade's world quickly, and then extend her rule over the entire multiverse. When Deadpool and Wolverine learned of this plan, they knew that they had to act fast. Despite knowing that using the Time Ripper could have deadly consequences, they decided to stop Cassandra at any cost. They prepared for a final climactic battle that would decide the fate of not only their universe, but many others as well. In the midst of the final battle, Deadpool and Wolverine fought with all their might. The battle was fierce and filled with chaos, as enemies from the void attacked from all sides. Deadpool used his quick wit and deadly weapons to take down countless foes. Wolverine, with his sharp claws and healing power, fought with a rage that came from years of regret. They often fought side by side, covering each other's weaknesses. At one point, Paradox revealed that if one of them interrupted the power flow of the Time Ripper, it would save their universe, but at the cost of their own life. Faced with this impossible choice, Deadpool and Wolverine decided that they would work together and share the sacrifice. In a dramatic moment, they linked their bodies to the energy source of the Time Ripper, using their healing powers to survive the overload. The explosion of energy was massive and nearly tore the void apart, but it succeeded in shutting down the Time Ripper and stopping Cassandra's plan. After the battle, Hunter B-15, an agent of the TVA, arrived to restore order. She arrested Paradox for his unauthorized actions. Hunter B-15 explained that while Deadpool and Wolverine had saved the universe, some of the timeline's problems could not be changed. She said that Wolverine's tragic past was what made him the hero he was, and that his mistakes should remain to shape his destiny. Deadpool, relieved that his universe was saved, asked if the other exiled heroes could be brought back from the void. B-15 agreed that they would return, but reminded them that some events must stay as they are. With the threat of the Time Ripper gone, Deadpool invited Wolverine to stay in his world. The two men, once bitter rivals, had come to respect each other and work as a team. In that moment, the universe was stable again, and hope returned to the lives of those who had been lost. In the final scenes, Deadpool and Wolverine were seen enjoying life in a restored universe. Deadpool reconnected with his old friends and even began to rebuild his relationship with Vanessa. Wolverine, now accepted in this world, found a measure of peace despite his past mistakes. Their journey through the multiverse had been full of bloodshed, dark humor, and unexpected friendship. There was also a tribute to the old Fox Marvel films shown in a montage, reminding everyone of the history and legacy of the characters. Deadpool cracked jokes and broke the fourth wall, making remarks that pointed out the absurdity of their situation and the merging of different movie worlds. The film did not try to hide its meta nature, and many funny moments came from the self-aware humor that the characters displayed throughout their adventure. Later, as the heroes settled into their new lives, the echoes of their journey through chaos still lingered. Deadpool continued to make irreverent comments while enjoying simple pleasures with his friends. Wolverine, though haunted by memories of his failures, slowly learned to smile and find solace in the present. The TVA confirmed that the timeline was stable, and many of the lost heroes would be restored soon. In that restored universe, every character remembered the sacrifice made in the void. Their shared struggle had forged a lasting bond, and they looked forward to a future filled with both humor and honor, knowing that their adventures would live on in legend. They cherished every moment of camaraderie and laughter, united by their journey.